Hi everyone, welcome back to Root Access. Today I have a question for you coming from me.
Okay.
Now, you tell me whether this is legit or whether I'm a spoiled Mac brat, as they used to be known. I have a MacBook Pro. This happens to be it right here. Works, I have some issues, but overall pretty good. However, I've recently suffered from what I can only describe as a soft N key.
Okay.
And whenever I press the keys, solid, 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 soft, solid, solid. Well, right now it's not really doing it, but
it's just spongy to the touch.
It's spongy to the touch. Now, if I came into the Genius Bar and I told you my N is spongy, what would be the normal? What would
well, I mean, we would certainly see if it typed properly, right. and if it did. I mean, on the MacBooks, the MacBook Pros, and like the PowerBooks, the aluminum PowerBooks, it was easy enough just to pop the key off. Sometimes there's like these white clips underneath there, and they can become separated, and it's not properly seated properly. So if you simply pop the key off and reseat it and reconnect it, it will just be fine.
Okay.
We would try to keep spare keyboards in the back, that were just non-functioning keyboards, but the key still works, and we could take a spare key and just.
So spongy N. I mean, is that something when you go out and drink with your other geniuses at the end of the day? Are you going to be like, this guy came in and you wanted me to replace his N key with a spongy?
Well, occasionally you would get just like the really crazy folks, as you said, the Mac brats, and they would just be nitpicking over something really minute, or they would look at the keyboard and they would say, this key is 2 hairs higher than the other key.
Right.
And you would just be like, yeah, it is, but, see you later. Like, what are we going to do for you? So I think this key's fine, though.
Well, it is fine right now, and frankly, I think it may have just been something under it.
Yeah, it's probably like a sesame seed from eating over top of your keyboard.
But what would happen, this is the kind of thing where people would come in, and I understand the frustration of not being able to recreate the problem in front of the Genius.
Yeah.
But it's just the way it is. I mean, you can't go and give me a new N because I told you it was spongy if right now it's not spongy.
Yeah, I would probably, You
might do it?
No, I would. Sometimes, as long as the customer felt like you did something. So if you would take the key off in front of them and look and maybe just reseat the key, that was good enough for them.
I think one of the best, there has to be some theatrics.
Yeah.
To make it seem worthwhile. And I think one of the best theatrics at the store, I look forward to hearing your opinion on this, you could get what was called, and it still is, I believe, a Mac Pack.
Yeah.
Basically, you would buy the computer, and it was kind of push with .Mac, that if you were buying RAM or anything, we would put it in. And you knew that was a wise choice because we got out the grounding strap.
Yes.
That showed, because the people, they'd be skeptical, and honestly, I would see them, and you put that on, and you could see the wheels, like, oh, well, I don't have one of those.
I couldn't do that at home, yeah.
I don't have one of those.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just perception. But in your case...
What are you calling it? What are you saying my problem is?
There's a nut loose at the keyboard, that's what we're saying.
Wow. Send us your issues, of course, to root@thedigitallifestyle.tv. We used to call it, what was the abbreviation?
The problem between keyboard and...
Chair.
Chair, yeah.
PEBCAC, I believe, was the... So if you hear them say there's a PEBCAC error, they're talking about you at the Genius Bar. We'll be back with more Root Access in just a minute.